All right, y'all. So I decided to deconstruct another video. So I just came across this video of this young lady named Tamron Hall, who decided to speak on, and I've been quiet enough on this whole thing, this Ti situation. So I came across this video, and I decided to deconstruct this video. It's about four and a half minutes long, and I'm going to stop at points to um, give you some of my commentary. So I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I hope y'all come with a clear and present open mind. Don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. All right, so let's get started.
That he accompanies his 18-year-old daughter, Deja Harris, to the gynecologist every year to see if she is still a virgin. Everybody, it's from his words. Here's what he said. Take a listen.
We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, hey.
You know, usually like the day after the party, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Gyno. No. Tomorrow, 9:30. Oh.
All right, I want to start off by saying the girl is 18 years old. She just turned 18. All right. So prior to now, the girl is under his care. She is not an adult. And as long as he's taking care of her, he's providing her with things on a different level. Guess what? If he has questions as a man, see, y'all gotta pick one, because y'all complain about black men not being involved in their children's lives. But this is the element that black men bring to being involved in their children's lives. They bring the stickler and actually holding kids accountable for their actions. And fact of the matter is that children lie. So I can understand where he's coming from. Well, y'all, most people find out that their kids are having sex when they come home pregnant. That's how you find out. By then, you're extinguishing a fire rather than preventing it. So continue.
So T.I. was on our show last week, and I actually asked him about raising his kids to be independent thinkers, independent people. Here's what he said to me. Take a look.
And I think more than anything, man, I want to encourage his individuality.
How do you do that? How do you foster in your kids that individuality?
I mean, I think that the strongest thing that any man or woman, for that matter, could have is a keen sense of self. We have to go through different metamorphoses through our evolution to end up where we truly belong.
So on that podcast, T.I.
So free thinking, all right? Let's say, for instance, a teacher. Does a teacher teach you something and walk away, or do they give you a test at the end? Does a teacher teach children something and say, okay, well, you got it, and walk away? Or do they give you a test at the end? Continue.
It said he convinces his daughter to waive her privacy rights during this annual exam. He does not apply the same standard to his 15-year-old son. His daughter, he says, will look back and be grateful that he was involved. So here's the deal.
How do you check a man's hymen? It's curiosity. With a man, you only have their word. So if they say, hey, I'm not doing this, until you can have some type of proof, that's what it is. But as far as a woman, you can't. It's not an equal representation. You can't check a man's hymen. So that was ridiculous within itself. You can't take a boy to the doctor and say, Doc, is he having sex? You can't do it. Continue.
I I am very sensitive about talking about parental issues because I don't think people should tell you how to raise your child. But
And you're right. And you're right. You know the thing that this says the most out of everything that people may take out of it and everything that people are trying to take out of it? Damn it, care. You have the right to care for your children until they are grown and out of your house. You have the right to know. Continue.
once you go out and tell everybody something, of course, they're going to have very strong opinions, especially on this. So online, people lit into him.
By the way, what privacy do you have if you live in my fucking house? That's where everybody gets things twisted. Even in a relationship, y'all. Once you move in together, nothing should be fucking private. Continue.
One person wrote, no exaggeration, T.I. invading the space and humanity of his daughter like this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard. Another person.
Again, what space what space is he invading if you live in under my roof? What space are you invading? What space is T.I. invading if he lives under my roof, if she lives under his roof and he takes care of her and he provides for her? What space? Continue.
Tweeted, I am sick to my stomach. That was not my tweet, but that's how I felt. But some supported him, saying, I wish T.I. was my dad. 100%. If I can get anything in this world back, my virginity would be it. We could unpack that tweet, but I'm going to leave that one there. Stephanie is in Cyber Hall. Stephanie, what do you have to say about this one?
So I agree with you, Tamron. I don't think we can tell people how they should raise their kids, but I think T.I. is wrong for anything is that he violated. Like, he didn't have to go out and tell the world. And I think if Deja is okay with going to the gynecologist and letting them check her hymen, who are we to say that he's a bad father as long as she agrees to it?
Well, here's the record. We ask a gynecologist this question because also, all the women in here know it. I'm sure some of the men. The part of her body he was having exam does not determine virginity. The breaking of the hymen can happen riding bicycles, running sports track. It does not mean she is not a virgin. So if he had her exam and the examination came and showed that it was not intact, what was he going to do, interrogate her? I mean, there is science here. There's foolishness, as he would like to say, and there is science.
Would you rather him just interrogate her? Would you rather him put her in a dark room with a light shining on her and just sit there and ask her questions? And like I said, children lie. You were a child. Everyone was a child. If a child feels like they're going to get in trouble, they're going to lie, no matter what. Continue.
It's here. And so what is he going to believe? But we did, for the record, reach out to Dr. Evelyn Manaya on her thoughts on this. And she said, while it's technically not illegal if the teenager gives the doctor permission to share her medical information, it is not healthy for the teen. Gynecological examinations are to ensure health, not to establish virginity. Because full disclosure, some people compared this to Taliban behavior, an oppression of women, and the World Health Organization.
What the fuck are you talking about? Taliban? Yo, an oppression? Yo, this is his child. Taliban behavior? That's what you bring up? You bring up Taliban behavior? Do you realize that recently fathers have been allowed to marry their daughters in the Middle East? Fathers have been given the right to marry their own daughters in the Middle East, and you say Taliban? I swear we've gotten so stupid in this country, man. Continue.
Has denounced so-called virginity testing, calling it a violation of the human rights of girls and women. So, what do you think?
Violation of human rights. You don't have any human rights until you're grown. Up until then, As long as I'm not beating the shit out of you, as long as I'm not hurting you, as long as you don't have any human rights until you are out of my house, until you're grown, until you're an adult. Y'all get so stupid about this whole what's right and what's wrong thing that y'all like you are actually clowning this man for actually caring about his child. How do you do that? How do you do that? That's how fucked up the world is. And you're sitting here and you got this big ass smile on your face like you're just right because you have a little crowd behind you that's laughing and joking with you, and they seem to be on your side. But you would be the one person on TV who would have a teenage child come into her house at 13, 14 years old with a child. And they'll be laughing at you then. Continue.
Oh, when I grab the microphone. Sir, you have a comment on it? Okay, let me get you to stand up. What's your name?
Lamont.
Lamont, what do you say?
Well, I'm a father, and a couple of things. Number one, she's 18. So at some point, she's going to have to take a stand against her dad and say, this is ridiculous. I'm not signing off on it. This is my business. It's my personal choice. It's private. Even if she wasn't 18, the fact that you take your daughter to the gynecologist to examine whether or not she's a virgin, that's ridiculous. That's T.I. Father of the Year. Good move. I just think that's ridiculous.
You know what's funny? Women have been doing this for years. Women have been doing this for years. And they're good moms. But when a father does it, he's a bad father. Double standards, man. Double standards. Continue. All right, y'all. So, in conclusion, what I want to say to y'all is, man, y'all got to pick one. Y'all keep on talking about how black men aren't in their kids' lives. Y'all can't complain. Y'all can't keep doing this shit, man. Y'all cannot keep doing this shit and thinking that everything is going to be okay. You got to pick one or choose one. You got to pick one and stick with it. You got to pick what you're going to do, what you're going to say, and stick with it. Stop playing. It's not a game. This is about our kids, man. At the end of the day, it's about our kids. And if you feel like what he did was wrong, you know what she did when he posted about it, or when there was a post about it? She liked it. Because it's good to have a father who actually cares. It's good to have a father who cares past 18. It's a good thing. It's not a fucking bad thing. So once you turn 18, what are you saying? You saying that his only job as a parent is to just throw her money? Is that what you're saying? It's to just, hey, Dad, I need this. Here. That's his only job as a parent? No. Here is a down-to-earth brother that is getting money and doing his thing. Is a businessman. He's clearly a businessman and still takes an active role in his children's lives, and you give him hell about it. This shit has been in the news more than the president being impeached. That the impeachment process is going on. This shit right here has topped the news more. This has been all over the internet more than that. We got to get our priorities straight, man. Show off.